This video is going to be about how you can combine magic and the so-called ordinary and use that to bring the right conditions to attract a partner and real and lasting love into your life. Things like joy, growth, mutual respect, trust, adventure, all of these things that we look for in a partner and that we need to have in a partner so that we can have that true connection and love. So my first point, and I'm not sure exactly how many points I'm going to make yet, but my first point is self-love. And I know it's a massive cliche, but it is also true. If you don't or can't truly love yourself, then you don't have the full capability to love somebody else. You can't fully be connected and vulnerable and your true self if you're not loving yourself and in a committed and deep relationship with yourself. If you don't truly love and respect yourself, then who else can? Now, just think about that statement on a deeper level. What does that actually mean? And even on a basic level, we have social currency, and it might not be pleasant, but it is true that the more people that are attracted to you, the more people are then attracted to you. It's almost like a snowballing effect. If you're not attracted and loving yourself, then it almost repels people straight away, unfortunately. And another cliche, and I'm sure that many of you will have either experienced this directly or indirectly through people that you know, but for example, a man is not in a relationship and is desperately wanting a relationship, and it, say, takes 2 years and he finds someone. And what often happens is when that relationship starts, that sort of blossoming, that energetic change happens, and immediately more people are just drawn to him, more attracted to him. That's often the way it goes, and I've definitely experienced that myself. That natural kind of glow that happens when someone is full of self-love and is genuinely comfortable and happy with themselves, and especially if they're starting a new relationship, people can just feel that energy coming off them. And that really draws people in, whether male, female, it doesn't really matter. It draws people towards people that are in that state. So how can you get that energetic change when you are single and you are wanting a partner? Well, possibly another cliche, but I do believe it's true, is to start to have a really truly deep and committed relationship with yourself. Basically, to treat yourself how you would want your future partner to treat you, and allow that relationship with yourself to be the main source. Taking yourself out on dates, doing things that you enjoy, enjoying your own time, your own company. Don't isolate yourself, obviously, still see friends and family and things like that, but don't make dating or trying to catch a partner the main focus of everything. Actually enjoy yourself, start to love yourself and treat yourself with love and respect. I think maybe the shortest way of describing it is be the person that you want to be and would admire. And don't allow somebody else to take this role. Put yourself first. And start to not just do this on a surface level, but also really do some work inside as well. Really feel that you are more than enough and you are worthy and deserving of love. And I think another aspect is to build that trust with yourself. Be reliable. Know that you've got your own back, that you will look after yourself, that you will put yourself first and take really good care of yourself because you love yourself. You're in a loving relationship with yourself. When that starts to happen on a deeper level, not just surface, but deeper, more internal, that's when that energetic change will start to happen, really happen. You can fake it and pretend to be loving and confident with yourself, but people will detect when it's not actually quite true, that you still have those doubts behind closed doors. So don't be arrogant, don't be cocky, but just be confident and loving to yourself at all times. It's kind of the difference between saying and truly believing and knowing. Now, this might sound strange, but I personally would recommend it, is to keep a journal, almost having conversations with yourself. Discuss what you're struggling with yourself. Discuss what you're more comfortable with. Address certain issues that you may or may not have. But keeping a journal really focuses on the mind. And I recommend not doing it on your phone or a digital device, but actually putting the pen to paper. The actual commitments of that action of actually writing it out just makes it more personal. Now, my next tip is to make a list of all of the qualities that your next partner, your future partner, hopefully your partner for the rest of your life, make a list of the qualities that you want this person to have, the non-negotiable things, whether that's political views, spiritual views. Don't just go for surface things like they must have curly blonde hair, because that's limiting you, and you don't really want to be that specific, but the actual qualities of the person. I wouldn't recommend going into too much detail on the physicalities. You may have, and we all do, our preferences, but don't make that the real focus. Go on a bit of a deeper level, but just make bullet points of these non-negotiable things that this future partner must have for you to be in a relationship with. You could even include, and I think this is important, how much they love you, how much they respect you, how much you love them, the trust, the bond that you will have together. And make sure that you write down what you actually want. Be really honest with yourself, and this might take a few attempts before you actually get this into a list of short bullet points. But make sure that you don't write down things that you don't want. Concentrate on the positive, not the negative. Now, bringing magic into this, what you can then do once you have this list prepared, and don't rush it, take your time with it, make sure it's correct, is then you could read this list out to a deity that you find appropriate. So a deity or spirit that you associate with love, true love. So that could be Lilith, it could be Hecate, Astaroth, Rosea, for example, is absolutely fantastic to work with for love. But whichever spirit or deity it is, you could read this list out to them and do it with integrity and do it with authenticity as well. Be really honest, whatever the attributes may or may not be. This is your personal requirements for what you need from a person that you want to share your life with. And once you've done that, I would suggest to let it go. If you can safely burn the piece of paper that you've written these bullet points down on, maybe if you have a fireproof bowl or something on your altar that you can burn things in safely, burn it and release the ashes to the air. Just let it go. But however you finish this ritual, the important thing is to let it go. Let the magic do its work. Let the deity do the work that you've asked them to do to bring this person in. And what you'll want to do is to be aware of the signs of this person when they come in. You don't want to miss them. And it's usually within a few weeks to a couple of months. It's usually something completely unexpected. You go out for drinks at work and you bump into this person who introduces you to this person, that kind of thing. It's usually something kind of random that will happen. Don't reach for it, allow it to flow, but just be ready for when that person walks in, and you will know when they walk in. And this is a follow-up magic tip that does work well for people in relationships as well, particularly long-distance relationships, which are obviously very challenging. I certainly wouldn't recommend anyone having a long-distance relationship long-term. It's a very, very difficult situation for anyone to be in. But what you want to do is you want to visualize yourself filling with basically love. We often translate that colour as a sort of a purplish, pinkish colour, but whatever colour you associate love with. But you want to fill your mind, your head, and your heart, chest. Fill it with that energy as much as you can visualise, and just feel it almost radiating through your body. Now, once you've done that, visualise the person that you're basically trying to get their attention. This isn't particularly designed to make them fall in love with you. That isn't really how it works. This is just for you to have their attention, which is often all that you need in a lot of circumstances. Visualize this person and push this energy out and connect it to their mind, their head, and their chest, their heart, and almost see it like a road that's connected between you, pulling you together. This exchange of loving, caring, understanding energies is radiating and flowing back and forth between you. And when you feel that energy has reached a peak and it's starting to come down a little bit, then you can just connect and just visualize this energy just leaving you. And then you can just allow it to do its own work. It's very simple. It's also very, very effective. So I just wanted to do a follow-up basically. I've shared quite a few love magic and sex magic videos in the last few weeks and months. And I think often it's important that you understand that you can't just rely on magic to do all of this. You have to mix with the ordinary as well. You have to do the self-work. You have to love yourself and trust yourself on top of that. That's really, really important, and people do struggle with that. In fact, I think a lot of people really struggle with that. It's easy to love someone else. It's a lot more challenging to love yourself in most cases. But it is essential just for you to have a happy life as well, and for you to be in this relationship with yourself that you deserve and should have. So thank you for watching. I hope that this was helpful. And again, please like, subscribe. Everybody that watches my videos, I do appreciate it, and it kind of helps me keep up the energy to keep this channel going, and I do welcome all comments. So thank you for watching.